Hey everybody, how are you doing today? I got a little topic I wanted to discuss today. So, you've noticed that the person that has lost the privilege of talking to you is now talking about you. So, what do you think about that?
Dancing with our Father and God in fields of grace. Dancing with my Father and God in fields of grace.
Okay, let me put the link in here just in case you want to come up and chat with me. Let's see if it's, I'm checking my phone too because it's not coming through on my phone. Let me exit out of here and get back in here and see. Okay, well, I've got it posted to the screen. So if you want to come up, just come up. If you can't and you want to, let me know and I'll try to, let me just try to drop it again. I don't know if y'all are seeing it, but I'm seeing it on StreamYard, but I'm not seeing it on my phone. There we go. It went through. So how is everybody doing today? I'm going to pin this to the top if it'll let me. Here we go. And now we'll get, well, I pinned the wrong one. Y'all bear with me. I'm sorry. Okay, finally, I got that. All right. I've been noticing a lot more conflict on YouTube lately, and it seems like everybody's got something going on with somebody else. And quite honestly, that's why I haven't posted on here as much, is because I think that, first of all, I'm too old for all the foolishness, and you would think somebody close to 60 years old would be too. But you got conflict with teenagers, young adults, middle age, and the old folks are even fussing about stuff. And it's absolutely ridiculous. So you've got this friend that you have been so close with, that you've been able to tell everything to, that you couldn't go a day without talking to, and y'all were so close. And then all at once, you're getting messages that they're spreading this or that about you. And you've got people coming back to you telling you stories that you only told to your friends. So you know they had to come from them. And then you get reports of just blatant lies. I mean, where does it stop? And this is in real life with people that are your neighbors that you can see. And it's also on social media. And whenever I say someone has lost the privilege, I don't mean that lightly. Privilege is something that's very strong. So, I've got my notes here. Y'all know I prepare. That's one of my habits. I'm sorry. When you're a person that has treated someone with the utmost respect, and that you value their opinion and you thought they valued yours, and you're a good friend, you're supportive, you lend an ear when they need it, you keep their secrets, and you help them behind the scenes, even to your detriment. And then all at once you find that they are really not what they appear to be, or try to come off as being. Oftentimes, instead of being able to look into the mirror and say, okay, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done this. I apologize for this. These friends decide that they're going to reverse it and make it look like it was you. So they tell people that what we're going to use some YouTube creators. I'm not going to call their names, but you've got one saying you're so jealous of this person because you cannot be this person, and that's why you are the way you are. And then you've got this other person over here saying, well, I'm more educated than you, I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, and they're totally demeaning you the whole time. And then they bring it across to everybody else and just let it blow up. And I'm not understanding the reasoning for it. I was told this past week by another YouTuber, a good friend of mine, that I really value their opinion, that you have to be careful of who you let into your inner circle. And I have found that to be so true, because people can walk all over you, step all over you, and then turn around and try to make it look like it's your fault. I should have memorized this, but I've got 15 pages of notes and I just couldn't memorize it. Okay, you've already decided that you're going to distance yourself from this person. You've told them, look, this is what you did to hurt me, and I just think we need to just part ways. You go your way, I'll go my way. We leave each other alone. We both live happily ever after. Okay, and that's where you thought it stood until you turn YouTube on and your name's blared everywhere, or you're getting DMs on Instagram saying, this friend of yours said this, and this, and they have said that you've got these issues and those issues, and you're like, I thought it was settled. Everyone that comes into your life does come into your life for a reason, but that doesn't mean you have to hold them close and let them in on everything. Some people you have to befriend from a distance, or just agree to be in the same space without stepping on each other. We are called to love each other, and that basically means to be good humans, to be respectful, to do the right thing, the next best thing, and help someone if you're able to. But that doesn't mean you have to share your secrets, share your time, share you with everybody, because that's just not possible. You can encourage anybody, but it would not be wise to befriend all the people that hold on to the drama. If the drama is the only thing that is helping them to succeed and helping them to go forward, you don't need that. You don't need that in your life. Oh my goodness, my sweetheart just showed up in my chat. I love you so much, and I hope you're doing better. If you'd like to come up, you can come up and talk with me. Okay, I just read it all. I'm so glad you're on here, though, and I'm glad you're doing better. I've been praying for you nonstop. I love you so much, and I can't wait till you're up and running around again. And hey, Mina, I love you too. I just didn't even speak whenever I started. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me remember where I was. I said, you cannot befriend all the ones that hold on to the drama. There are clear-cut reasons why it is that you choose your inner circle of friends. Hey, Angel. Hey, Elise. Nice to see y'all. It's important in assessing that, because sometimes we choose a friend wisely in one season of our life, and as we grow, we may need to reevaluate that person being in our life and that relationship. You know, some people come for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And the ones that are seasonal, you have to let go of it at a certain point in time. You know, where the Bible says you are known by your fruit, and fruit takes time to grow. It starts off as a seed. You're welcome. I love you. Um, any you could have a person come into your life right now that had a seed planted a few days ago. It's not going to show up automatically. And if they've had a seed of resentment, hatefulness, um, destructiveness, you don't know that. It does not show. As time goes on, it does grow, it does show, and they can't hide it anymore. So at that point, you need to reevaluate the situation too. And it's okay. It's okay. It's your choice to say, I don't want you in my life, or I don't want you this close to me. You know, we have to kind of separate and part ways. You got to be careful though, because you don't know how people are going to take that all the time, and they can go off on you in a minute because they may not have the mental stability that you have, and they don't know how to handle that. And their way of dealing with that is to try to bring you down in any way they can, whether it be starting lies about you, just plain harassing, bullying, stalking. I mean, there's just a lot of negativity that comes from that person. So what I'm reading my notes, and I said, some people, when you're onto them and you make the decision to part from them because they do not fit in your life anymore and it is affecting your mental health. If you can't trust someone because they are constantly gossiping about you or constantly putting you down, or they are beating down on you emotionally and taking shots at your self-esteem, you just can't trust them in any way. You need at that point just to let go. Understand there are some people talking about you right now. There's some people talking about me right now as I'm doing this video. They're talking about me, or they're hiding in the bushes. And what's going on with Elise? I am so sorry too. I hope your head feels better soon. I had to take some migraine medicine before I started, so I was going to be on here around noon, but I have had such a headache that I didn't. So my prayers are with you. I know that's not fun at all. There are some people that, like, okay, say that I've told this friend, look, you go your way, I'm going my way, and they can't deal with that, and they cannot stand to see you going on with your life and being happy, and they can't stand seeing you do the things you do with a smile on your face, and that you are unbothered by them. You are unbothered by the loss of the friendship. That doesn't mean it didn't hurt. It does hurt. It hurts when you lose someone close to you. It hurts when you're betrayed. But go on. Pick up yourself and go on. You don't need that person. let them deal with their own issues, but you set boundaries. You don't have to let them hurt you. You don't have to let them come up on your panel and cause issues. You don't even have to put up with them in your chat. Block them and let them go, because you're better than that. You don't deserve to be sitting here doing your business and have someone come up screaming and trying to catch their breath so they can scream louder. You don't need that. You're better than that. Elise says, can we just ignore people? I ignore people who don't, it hurts sometimes. You're right. You're right. It does hurt. It does hurt sometimes. And I've had it happen to me a couple of times, and I just tightened up my inner circle and don't deal with them. And I lost a lot of friends around them, because in testing, I've learned who I can and who I cannot talk to, and who's going to come back and tell me, well, so-and-so said so-and-so. Yeah, I'm 51 years old almost. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I have got too much going on in my life that I don't understand it to begin with, and I just don't have time for it. But there are people that, like I said, will be bothered by your unbotheredness. It will eat them alive. And this is where you have to be committed to your process. Don't swim in the mud just because they're swimming in the mud. You need to be committed to your process, the process of moving on from this friendship. And so you understand you can't control anybody else's mouth. You cannot control their mouth. No, she's not on social media like me. She's just not on social media like me. And it is sad when friendships break up. No, you're fine, baby. You're fine. I'm just glad you're here. Some people get worked up about what other people say. And of course, it does bother you finally whenever you just hear it over and over and over and over again. Yes, it bothers you. Excuse me. You do have options, but keep in mind, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So you may confront the person again about them talking about you, but you have to think of what are the consequences of that. What are they going to do? How are they going to act? Because if they're acting out of stupidity, ignorance, and you both can't be that with them, it's just ridiculous. Somebody has to be the wiser person, and I choose to be the wiser person. I choose to be the smarter person. I keep my circle, my husband. I understand sometimes there's something I won't tell my husband. And yes, ma'am, you've got me. You definitely have me. Anytime you need to talk, I'm here. And I don't either, London girl. I don't understand why you can't just agree to disagree and move on. And that's kind of what I was getting at in here. It's just, if you confront the person, you don't know what state of mind they're in, and it might escalate the situation. And you have to kind of anticipate the outcome before you act. Some people will be like, yeah, I'm talking about you. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? And then some people will just look in your face and flat out lie. They will flat out lie. act like they know everything about everything, and they will flat out lie on you. And I just thought at this age people wouldn't do that anymore, but they do. Um, and you just have to be the bigger person and overcome it. The truth will always find its way out. And if you have to be so negative to get subs and so hateful to get subs, you're going to have to continue that. And that cycle is going to get worse and worse and worse for you if that's what you're basing everything on. Okay, y'all know I'm a Christian and I love God, but I'm going to keep it real with you. And we're going to talk some real talk. See, for me, reputation is important. I don't like hearing my work colleagues, for example, speaking badly on me. And I was going to use that as an example too, London Girl. And you're right, there is too much YouTube drama. I love the Lord, but I keep it real with you. We live in this world. We are not of this world, but we are in this world. And this world is hateful. This world, it can just, you have to be cognizant that everyone might not respond the way you would in a situation. With class and integrity, not all people are like that. So you should never initiate a conversation that you haven't thought out the the outcome of that situation. Hey, Tinicky, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll have to watch that, London Girl. I'll have to watch that one. It just gets me when there is so much. I liked YouTube for the content, and actually after this Jeffrey Pascal case yesterday, everybody was talking about that, and there wasn't a whole lot of arguing except for the scam investigations, that little sector right there. But everybody was talking about court TV and the case, and it was so good to get on, even though it was the case that we all know about. It was so much better than people bashing and slamming and hating on each other. I mean, my goodness. And Tenneke, if you want to come up here, honey, you just come on up here. I would love to have you sitting with me and hearing some of your opinions. Okay. Let me get back to my options up here. Okay, one is you can confront, two is you can ignore, three, you can take them to court. We see this on here now too. Everybody wanting to sue each other for slander and libel. And I dropped the link. You got to click the link. Click the link. But people wanting to sue each other over this and sue each other over that. And okay. So here's the thing. You cannot control how someone else is going to respond, and you cannot control what they're going to say. And the bottom line is that people are going to believe what they want to believe. So most of the people are going to believe the worst about you, what your former friend is saying about you. Then they never liked you in the first place and they weren't your friend to begin with. And the beauty of knowing that is knowing where the boundaries are. You know, okay, you don't have to be fake about it. You don't have to force a smile. You know where the boundaries are. And I don't know about you, but I love when everything is out in the open. There's no secrets. You don't have to worry about it because now you ain't got to pretend. So the beauty of knowing that is that you just know. If you run in the same circles, whether it be in real life or in the same YouTube sectors with that person, don't be gaslighting. Leave them alone. Don't stalk them from chat to chat and go to the chat that they know. Um, oh, I don't envy you. I don't like Walmart. I have to go, but no, I don't like it. Yes, Elise, and a lot of it is for clicks and views, and I'm gonna say something about that in a minute. Wasn't going to, but I am. It's just I got to get it out. But if y'all are running in the same circle, same sector, leave each other alone. I mean, don't stalk them down because you know they're going to be in this chat and you've just got to say something or you've got to follow up on every comment they make. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Hello, my love. How are you?
Hello, hello. I thought I would come up. Hello. I'm a little bit
Hey, baby.
I'm
How
a
are
little
you
bit groggy.
feeling? That's okay. How
Yeah,
do
I'm
you feel?
a little bit groggy. I feel it's weird because obviously my leg is in a cast from the knee down now and I'm on painkillers, but I'm glad I've got the operation done. 2 weeks and I'll be back to the hospital for a check-in of how the ankle's healing and then hopefully road to recovery. So it's an unusual position because you're very vulnerable, but it just because literally I had to get the ambulance people to bring me all the way up the stairs. But what it's reminded me of is how fragile it seems from a subscriber point of view the YouTube relationships are. Right. So I set up a WhatsApp group for my friends to come and look after me during this time. And with those, I know those are my real friends. And sort of seeing all this drama going on for the last sort of 6 months, it's just really showed me the fragility of, I guess, friendships. It seems like friendships online that you get into a position maybe as a creator, or however you've come to find that person on YouTube. You found them, you have a connection, you um you get close to them, but it seems that at some point the fragility, because there's no in-person relationship, you it sounds like people have different ideas about what the relationship really is.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. Um, it makes a lot of sense.
And so it seems that like I really resonated with what Jolene and Busy saying about the drama, because they're now sort of saying, look, it's all gone too far. Like all these people who are investigating a certain creator who got terminated. It's like, what is really the end game? And now you're bringing in all these other people into it, and actually you're standing with someone who also does hate speech. So how does that sort of all come together?
Right. I it's gotten to where every time you turn on YouTube now, like I said, I was so glad that that trial happened yesterday because everybody was focusing on that. But other than that, it's like you said, they're all either this investigation or this one is slamming this one or this one is just stalking down. It's hateful. It's become a hateful place.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what it is, but I imagine just from what you've been telling me, obviously I don't know about your situation in particular. I just what did I want to say? It for me, I just felt sad when you were saying it because I met you on certain channels and I can't imagine how it must feel to have, it sounds like a relationship breakup where, you're partners with someone, you decide to leave the guy and he takes all your friends. That's how it sounds
Right.
like. Do you know
Well,
what I mean? And then
and
and then on top of that, the guy goes around saying, "Oh, she was crazy." she's crazy, don't talk to her. And so it then becomes reputational, which is then when I think, well, actually that person must still like you, must still have some emotional attachment to you, to then turn the love into hate. Although I don't like the word hate, but do you know what I mean? Because why would they
I know what you
bother?
mean. Yeah, because if the relationship is over, then why sit there and beat a dead horse? Leave it alone. Hey, AT2, I
Yeah.
love you. Um,
Hey, 82.
AT2, hop up here with us. Come on, and be like old times. Say old times, like 3 weeks ago. It me, thank you,
You
thank you.
liver.
Yes, hit the like button. But it's like I've seen, and I'm just gonna say AT2, and I'm not gonna say anybody else, but I've seen people come after him for no reason. Why? Why? Because he's succeeding? Because he's not having to run off the coattails of anybody else, and he's doing his thing and he's doing it right. I mean, he is a very talented young man. He'll go far. And then he still has haters out there, and I don't understand that. I just don't.
It's interesting because I remember one of the creators said how many people or how many content creators there are on YouTube, and it's millions. So
Hmm.
really, there isn't any need for people, I don't think, to come after people in the manner that it's been going on. It just doesn't make sense to me because there's so much space for everyone.
Yeah, there's room enough on here for everybody. I mean, everybody that comes with the territory, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah, I get that 82, but I mean I'm over it now because I'm just like I'm going to watch who I want. But what I didn't like in some of the drama periods was just feeling like, oh, you can't go in that chat. As a subscriber, I don't like conflict anyway, and I don't like kind of knowing that there's conflict. This visual conflict where, everyone like, 82, sorry you're in the spotlight because you're here. Like, he'll say something, someone does a video, he might have to do a video to respond, then someone else does something. It's
mhm.
clear that as subscribers, we don't get the whole story. And so as a subscriber, I just always find it really confusing, because I like a variety of people.
Right.
So my thing is, I guess, is as a creator to look to those people who, and a busy Blue and Jolene shouted them out. She was shouting out Kempar. She was shouting out Up and Adam. She was shouting out basically people who keep it positive. Do you know what I mean? That have channels, keep
Yes.
it in their lane, keep it moving. Because if you want to be in drama, that's fine, and that also obviously has a good thing. But if it's against what you decided to be a creator now, um, I think you have to protect your mental health, which was what 82 was talking about. I think you have to protect your mental health and stick to your lane, whatever your lane is. Stick to that, because the drama becomes a distraction to the path that you intend to carry on.
And it causes a mental block. I mean, whenever you're so angry, you can't focus. You can't have any kind of clarity of mind or anything with all the hate and anger being spewed. Um, I had something that says I want to give you a scripture. It's Proverbs 10:18, and it says, "Whoever conceals hatred with lying lips and spreads slander is a fool." So when you're dealing with a certified, bona fide fool, a fool is someone who lacks wisdom. A fool is someone who is ignorant and is okay with being ignorant and who is willfully ignorant. When you're dealing with someone who is willfully ignorant, then one of y'all has to be willfully intelligent. And that's where we're kind of falling down right now, is you've got these willfully ignorant people just spewing hate from every direction and not sitting trying to rectify anything.
And so, do you as a creator, if somebody tells you blah blah blah, they mentioned you in a negative light in their stream, or I know they were talking about you, do you then go and watch that stream, or do you just ignore it?
I ignore it. I don't have
Okay,
time for that.
perfect.
And I would not. I mean, to me, that's like setting yourself up to be angry. And I don't like being angry. I don't like the feeling. I love hard, and I love so much. And I don't go looking for hate and anger. There's enough of it that just falls into my lap that I don't have to go looking. And I don't see why anybody else would either. It shows that the person, the creator that is putting somebody's name, okay, what, like you used me, like if another creator sitting there talking about me, lying about me, the truth will always find you out. It may take a little bit, but if you know me, you know it's not true. And if you choose to believe whatever they're saying, it's because you don't know me, and then I'm really not going to get upset because somebody that doesn't know me thinks some way of me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely does make sense. So my love, I'm gonna ring off now because I'm in a bit of an uncomfortable position, but I just wanted to say, because I was struck by when I came on in the beginning and I was just sort of waking up, I was struck by how courageous it must be to come on a channel. You don't necessarily know how many people are watching, and it was your courage that then brought me onto your channel. So I just wanted to really appreciate.
Thank you. I appreciate you. You just always make me feel so good and fuzzy and warm. I love you so much. You, if you need to talk or anything through this healing process, you know how to get in touch with me anytime. I'm gonna send you my phone number again, a DM when I get off of here. Call me if you need to talk. I'm here, and I've got you in my
Thank you
prayers
so much, my
every
love.
day. You're welcome. And we're keeping you in our
Thank you so
prayers.
much.
Everybody keep London Girl in your prayers. I
Thank you
love you,
so much.
sweetheart.
I'm gonna
You're
I'm
welcome.
leave you now. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye, darling. Okay, let me see. Well, I was talking about you both cannot be willfully ignorant. When you're dealing with a person who is spilling out all over the place emotionally and raging all over the place, you're dealing with a fool. Whoever is concealing hate with lying lips, and she is concealing her hatred, right? Hatred is resentment, jealousy, all of that. She's not really even concealing it, though. She's doing it out in the open. She's talking about it and telling people this, that, or the other. So whoever conceals hatred with lying lips and spreads slander is a fool. So you already know her character. The fruit of her character is the lying lips and the gossip. So you're dealing with someone who is willfully ignorant. So there ain't no telling how it's going to play out if you confront her. It ain't about it being afraid. It means you value your freedom to begin with. You value, if you're on here, your channel. Um, and you value your own life and sanity more. It's like I was telling London Girl, there's no sense in going and looking for the anger. It's hard, I know, whenever you hear someone spreading stuff about you. But you can't control what people are going to say and believe. And that's like we were talking. Yes, shout out to Tennessee. I meant to say this a minute ago. Any creator in the chat, put your information in there, put a link to your site. Go ahead and shout yourself out. Put any of the information you want, contact information, like, share, subscribe, and all to everybody that puts it. You can put it in comments now. Okay, AT2, cook for me too. I have not cooked. I cooked breakfast this morning, and that was it. But anyway, anybody can put any of their contact information out. When people are spreading rumors, following you around, hiding in your bushes, and then going and talking about you later, give it no power. Like I said, ignore it. I don't. You can have a whole live stream about me if you want to and say whatever you want to. Doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it true, and it just, people that know me know that you're a liar then, and I mean, it just goes from there. There's no sense in stalking me down in somebody else's chat because I'm going to be there. It's just ridiculous. You know who you are. Work in the fullness of who you are. And the people who choose to believe the negative, well, that shows you the clear enemy line, and it's all good. That sounds good. That sounds, you know what? I'm going to have to look up some Turkish dishes and put them on my cooking site. That sounds really good. You know that the clear enemy lines, keep the enemy lines there, and you move on accordingly. And there's no sense in him trying to deal with those folks. Now, that was Proverbs 10:18. I've got to give you a little bit of the biblical version and the street version. And so that's just going to help you move on. Here's another scripture that's also going to help you, and it's Proverbs 11:9. It says, with their mouths, the godless destroy their neighbors. So she's acting godless right now. She's trying to destroy me, her with her mouth. I've seen a couple of people try to destroy AT2 with their mouths, and it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. Even though she can't destroy you, that's what she's trying to do, or me. Let me give you this full verse of 11:9. With their mouths, the godless destroy their neighbors, but through knowledge, the righteous escape. So you got to make a decision. Are you going to be just as godless as he or she is? Or are you going to escape the foolery through righteous behavior? Righteousness does not mean perfect. I am by no means perfect. You're right. You're right, Linda girl. What's done in the dark always comes to light. Always. And I say that all the time. And I said, the truth will always find you out. So be careful with what you're saying right now and who you're saying it to. And the fact that one of the options I said earlier was suing someone for slander or libel. Keep in mind that the DMs that you send and say stuff in can be used as evidence. Just remember that. You should know this by all these investigations, scam investigations that are going on, and they're saying preserve everything. That part is true. Okay. So you got to make a decision. Are you going to be just as godless as she is? Or are you gonna escape the foolery? Righteousness does not mean perfection. It just means I see you acting a fool and I'm not going to join you. I'm not going to join in and be as hateful as you are. I've got a good life I'm living. You live your best life. You live your best life. You've got goals you want to accomplish. You've got things to do. And this other person just isn't worth your time. Words have power. They can destroy, create. We can choose to use this force constructively with words of encouragement or destructively use words of despair. Words have energy and power. Absolutely. It's on Facebook and I'm going to record it and put it over here. But I had a long thing that I did last year, the year before, on the power of words. Words are powerful. They're one of the most powerful weapons. And with the spiritual warfare, yes, words are powerful. I was going to say I'm not going to do any more videos for a while on this, but I am going to do that one on the words because I've actually written quite a bit on the power of words. And if you want to read the book of James in the Bible, it talks about the tongue being the hardest muscle to control. And in the whole Bible, if a man has control of his tongue, he has control of greatness. Okay. I was saying, you live your good life and let her go do whatever she wants to do. She is not worth your time, your energy. Living up to my potential means doing the things I hope to do someday, not instead of putting them off from. You're right. You are absolutely right. Absolutely. Balance is the key. And you've got to think about your own mental health, your own personal space right here does not need to be invaded by words or anything else from a person that's just spewing hate. I mean, pray for her. I've got on here, if this is a real life situation where you run into this person, like at the grocery store, the post office, whatever, just leave them. Don't do the extra stuff. Don't roll your eyes. Don't suck your teeth. Don't sigh and cringe. Just keep on like there's nobody there. Just don't feed it. Do not feed it at all with any negativity because it'll grow bigger and bigger. But a smile, a kind word, or silence can stifle it. Don't be hateful or give dirty looks and all that mess. Just go on about your business with a smile on your face and joy in your heart. If this is with another YouTube creator and she keeps showing up in the chats that she knows you'll be in, let it go. Don't reply to her comments, even though she keeps gaslighting you. Don't reply. Ignore her. Let her drive herself crazy. She can only drive you crazy if you give her the keys. I was trying to pull it up, London girl. If all the negative energy was reversed in the YouTube drama, would be so powerful as it would be hot. Absolutely. Absolutely. It would be amazing to get on here and be uplifted and just to have a place of escape and leave with joy in your heart. That would just be amazing. And I don't understand why people don't want to do that. I thought we don't give any feedback and those creators will stop eventually because there's no, that's what I keep saying. That's why I said I would ignore it. If they're going to get clicks and views, they're going to do it anyway. And okay, suppose I started off wanting to be, say, a self-help channel. Okay, well, I couldn't succeed at that, so I decided to go into celebrity gossip. Didn't succeed at that, so I went to another, and I have to use hate now because nothing else that I've tried works. If I was at that point, I'm gonna tell you what, I would just stop YouTube altogether, because if the only way that I could accomplish anything was through hate and slander and witchcraft or whatever else that I just grabbed a hold of, if that was the only way I could succeed, then I would quit, because it's not worth it. Like I said, she can only drive you crazy if you give her the keys. Just let her act up and show out. Don't participate. Keep a smile on your face and go on about your business. Now, I said joy in your heart. That joy and happiness are different things. Happiness is an instantaneous thing. It's a situational thing. You're happy for the moment because something happened. And then, I mean, that can change and you're sad. But joy is a state of being. It's to be full of joy and to be full of love. That doesn't change just because somebody says something. That's who you are on the inside. And if you're not a joyful person, if you're deep, dark, hard-hearted, negative, then you're gonna have issues, and that's a shame. That's a shame. Here's one of my favorite Bible verses when it comes to dealing with negative people, and I have to think about this a lot. The Bible tells us, do not give to a dog that which is holy, and do not cast out pearls before swine. Okay, this comes from Matthew 7, verse 6. You have already determined by the way of her behavior that she is acting like a dog, just plain and simple. You're not supposed to give what is holy to a person acting like a dog. Your peace of mind is holy. You need your peace of mind so that you can think clearly and do your business that you need to tend to from a place of clarity, strength, peace, power, focus, and wisdom. Do not give that to a dog. Don't. You are not in a position to give that which is holy to a person acting like a dog. You have too much stuff in your life to tend to. You're not going to say this to her, of course, because you know that would cause an argument. This is what you say to God in prayer. So you get down on your knees and you pray for her. You pray for her peace of mind. The Bible says pray for those who persecute you, but it doesn't say stay with those who persecute you. You pray from a distance. You don't even have to talk to her. Don't have to talk to him. Don't have to say anything. You can pray that God will show her the light. Pray for her soul. Pray for whatever is actually going on. I mean, and everything can be different. You can think, I don't want to do that. As bad as she's been to me, why would I even want to pray for her? Let me tell you why. First of all, the Bible says to. And second of all, when you are praying for blessings for somebody else and peace for somebody else and love and harmony and a well state of mind, and when you are sowing words of encouragement and uplifting thoughts and blessings and praying healing, and you're asking God to heal them, then you will get the blessing in return. When you are praying for peace for her, it comes back to you. Okay? God is going to bless you when you rise above the foolery. So you don't have to stay there. It's like what we were saying earlier, just stop listening to it. Don't click on the negativity, and it'll stop. When they quit getting thousands of views on, or even hundreds of views for negative stuff, whenever their numbers start dropping, they will change their content. They will. And maybe that's where we start. I don't know. Y'all leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Where do you think it'll start? What do you think we need to do in order to turn the negativity around? I mean, where does it end? Where does it start? I'd like to know what you think. But anyway, I've been on here for about an hour running my mouth, so I am going to get off of here. I appreciate you being with me, and like I said, any content creator is welcome to leave their information in the comments. And London girl, you're going to stay in my prayers. I love you so much, and I'm praying for a speedy recovery, that it doesn't take the length of time they think. I hope you're able to jump up and run in there for your checkup. But thank everybody. I'm losing my voice from talking so much. Thank all of my sunflowers in my flower beds and the wildflowers hanging out in the bushes. Thank you all for watching, and I love you very much, and I will see you in my next video. Y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.